What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and this should be a good one. The Honor Magic V2 versus the Honor Magic V2. Yes, this is the global variant versus the Chinese ROM. Let's go! Now, I'm sure you already know this, but hardware-wise, there is absolutely zero difference. But who would I be but to refuse you the opportunity to look at these two devices for just a minute or so. So here you can see both devices looking absolutely stunning. Now, for your information, this is the global version of the Honor Magic V2, a 512 gigabytes of storage with the vegan leather black back. The other device is the V2 Ultimate Chinese version. This has a terabyte of storage, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and also a vegan leather black back. However, a couple of slight little changes. Round the camera lens, there's some gold, and the Honor logo is gold. And another big difference, which I really like the look of, is that hinge. The hinge has a pattern effect on it compared to the blank hinge of the global version. Now, before you ask, do I think the Honor Magic V2 Ultimate will come globally? No. I believe that's essentially what the Honor Magic V2 RSR is. That Porsche design one that they're charging way too much money for, that's essentially your Ultimate, because that's a terabyte of storage as well. So hopefully you've had your fill now, because for the rest of the video, I'm going to be telling you and showing you all about the differences in software and your user experience. Before I show you that though, I'm going to ask you a favour. If over the past week, month, year, however long you've been following the channel, if at any point you have found any of my information useful, can you please share this video on your social medias? Facebook, Instagram, however you share it. It has been told to me by someone in the know that the true algorithm hack is to have your post shared externally, therefore bringing more external viewers into YouTube. So I'm going to test it. Again, it should only take a second or two. The share button's just beside the like. I mean, you may as well smash that as well while you're at it. But let's see if sharing it has any impact at all on my viewers, subscribers, likes, all that good stuff. Now, here's what you're waiting for, the software. Okay, so here we are. The Chinese version and the global version. The Chinese version I thought I'd highlight as well because I've talked about it ad nauseum. The included carbon case, as mentioned, very thin, no hinge protection, but it does have the kickstand, which is much easier to open than the other one. And this kickstand does rotate. Some people like it. I'm not too fussed. This kickstand, hinge protection, which is valuable, but this has got one of those kickstands where you really need a nail, which there we go, can open. This one does not twist. Okay, so I've increased the screen timeout time, so both devices shouldn't be conking out anytime soon. Now, as you can see, the setup on these devices is totally different. For a better view, let's make it big screen. Now, the first thing that I do, and you may want to do, you may not, but you have to go into your settings and then go to your home screen settings. And then under style, I always go for drawer mode. So you can see there it's set up as standard by default. I prefer the drawer mode. Now that comes in handy, A, because I think it looks a lot cleaner, but B, you now have an app drawer, which is where all of, I hate this, Honor search. This is where all of the apps that you hide or remove will get popped to. If you don't put into drawer mode, you can't remove any apps from the home screen. All you can do is pop them into a folder that you can move to another screen. So much cleaner to use app drawer mode. Now, also with this Honor Magic V2, it has the Google update. So if you've been applying for the update or you've got an Honor Magic V2 coming that already has GMS installed, so not full global version or global ROM, but Google Mobile Services, just go into users and accounts and make sure you've got the Google Mobile Services toggled on. So let's just tap that, make sure it doesn't time out, because look how good that looks with the wallpaper and all these apps. So happy with the global version. The good thing is you can turn this Chinese one into global almost seamlessly. Now I have done a full setup video, so I'm not going to take like 45 minutes explaining how to set things up. I'll link that in the description below. What I'm here to do is to tell you the differences between the global and the Chinese. So in the global ROM, for example, if I go to the settings menu, and I go to, I've made this text bigger, A for me, but B so you can see it better. If I go to more connections, you can see there we have Android Auto. And Android Auto works wirelessly or wired depending on the car you have. If I go to the Chinese variant and go to more connections, as you can see here, I do not have Android Auto. Now this has Google Mobile Services, it's got that Play Store, it's got the Google Patch, but you will not get Android Auto on here. Now again, if I go to the global version of the device and stay in more connections and click on NFC, you can see NFC is on, the default app. I can change that from the Honor version to Google Pay. So I'm going to make the default NFC app Google Pay. On the Chinese version, you have NFC. I've turned NFC on, set default. Folks, I am delighted to say, and I've not downloaded it on this phone because it's not fully set up, when you download the Google Wallet app, Google Pay will show here. So you can select Google Pay as your default. So that is one area that is not different between the Chinese and the global. Now another thing, I'm not going to show you that it doesn't work. I'm just going to tell you and you're going to take my word for it. Smartwatches. So this Samsung watch, which by the way, I got for free with my S24 Ultra, it is for sale. It's not even been used. Not even been taken out the box. Anyway, this watch will pair seamlessly through the wearable app on this. No matter what you try, you will not get this to pair with this on the Honor Chinese version. Even with that Google Mobile Services update, it is to do with the ROM itself. That can't be patched. Unless Honor come up with a flash of a EU or global ROM, you're not going to get that to pair. So please keep that in mind. Now I did mention that there are a few watches that will work fine. A Huawei watch, an Oppo watch, and the TicWatch Pro somehow, even though it's Wear OS, still connected fine with my Honor Magic V2 Chinese. And remember, I've had 4 Honor Magic V2s, so I'd like to think I know what I'm talking about. Now as far as other features, it's the same phone. It's the exact same phone. All apps are going to download fine. Notifications are going to come through fine. Everything is going to work just as normal. So between smartwatch connectivity and Android Auto, once you get this phone set up by downloading the Play Store and installing all your apps, your Chinese ROM will look exactly like this ROM. I mean, everything, front to back, inside to out. You can have Chrome, you can have WhatsApp, you can have everything set up just as normal. Here in the UK, I am getting full 5G, 4G, 3G out and about in rural areas, no problems at all. So as far as like band 20 issues, Doesn't seem to be an issue here in the UK. However, I know that I believe Verizon in the US are struggled to get service when it comes to the V2, but AT&T works fine. So listen, this video has maybe turned into a bit of a wet fart, because as I was filming and trying to get through all the differences, what I've been saying rings true. The differences between the Chinese and the global ROM, besides Android Auto and smartwatch connectivity, are basically none. The device will look the exact same and function the exact same. I am not just saying that. It doesn't benefit me if you buy a V2 or not. Where the differences come in is if you haven't been able to get the Google application form filled in and get that patch. Now, as you all know, if you've been watching my channel, the application process is complete. However, it is still rumoured, and I am still confident, that over the next 1 to 3 months, when Honor Magic OS 8, when Magic OS 8.0 is rolled out, that little Google mobile services toggle that you've seen on the device is going to be there on all of them. No, that does not mean it's a global ROM. No, that does not mean you're going to get Android Auto and smartwatch connectivity. But other than those two things, you're going to have everything else. And as we all know, importing a Chinese phone is far cheaper than buying a global version. So if there's anything else you want to see or that you believe doesn't work on the Chinese that does in the global, please let me know, because I have racked my brain for about 2 hours today. I mean, literally, I've filmed this video 5 times trying to make it as beneficial for you, and I keep coming up against the same. It's only 2 things. That's all that keeps happening. Now, as far as the other nuances of a non-Google Play Store V2, that's just the same as a Huawei. You have to use Gbox and you have to use Gspace. I've linked the setup video that I've made down below. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be back with a V2 camera comparison soon and my full review of the Samsung S24 Ultra. Folks, the content is keeping on coming. Don't worry. The Honor Magic 6 Pro is winging its way to me as we speak. And the OnePlus 12, I believe, is that next week it comes out, so I should have it next week. Yeah, a lot of cool things happening. So if you have taken my request on board and shared the video, thank you very much. If not, go on, give it a try. And if you've not already, make sure you subscribe. And until next time,